Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to our talk show. Actually, this is not a really talk show, but we will talk about a lot of things here. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Marshanda Aulia, and I'm not here alone because I bring my partner. So, Indri, you may introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Indri Nuraeni, and yes, we're here today to talk about some things, specifically about business owners. We'll have a quite long talk. I hope you can follow this until the end of the session. So, what do you think about entrepreneurs? What comes to your mind when you hear this word?
I think about and the entrepreneur is about like someone who started a business, usually a very start or fresh idea, and was willing to take all the risk and develop the ideas that they created before, and then get the most of the rewards if they were successful with their business. And what about you? What do you think about it?
Yes, I do have the same point of view as you. According to some resources, we can sum up that an entrepreneur is an individual who is full of creative and innovative ideas to create a new business, take a risk, and set up everything related to the business.
I think that now some of you already understand the whole definition or meaning of entrepreneur. So just by listening to it, I personally feel interested in our further conversation as nowadays we are getting more familiar with the term entrepreneur, and there are a lot of people who have started their own business. However, the entrepreneur itself did not carry as much simplicity as the earlier we have mentioned our mentioned definition before.
Yes, you're right. In fact, to be a successful entrepreneur, you should embody certain characteristics because, of course, nobody wants to suffer from loss or bankruptcy. So, besides being creative and innovative, we should carry more great values, such as having passion for business itself, having strong leadership, always being optimistic and focused, being open-minded, willing to take a risk, and being a problem solver as well.
Excellent. So let's get started on your responsibilities and tasks as an entrepreneur. As previously stated in our earlier conversation, being an entrepreneur is not an easy job. Obviously, being an entrepreneur entails a great deals of responsibility. They also have a lot of tasks to do, but we will talk about some of they are. So the first one is that as an entrepreneur, they should manage and organize all parts of the business, including the finance, the budget, the production, and the marketing. So it's like the first step to being an entrepreneur, where they should think thoroughly about all of these things, because a good start and a plan could lead you to achieve your goal as an entrepreneur.
Right. And the second is that they should be able to manage and organize their employees' workload and performance evaluation. Obviously, to become an entrepreneur, you need social skills. It's important to keep up with their employees, so everything will be perfect. It also related to the third point. It's like being able to maintain good relation with the supplier and make sure that the quality is preserved. And the fourth one is to evaluate the sales result regularly so that they will know what things they should improve and develop.
Then the next points are keeping up with the trends that are currently happening around them, like in the world, in the national or international, and then establishing a network to create chains for collaboration for others company as well. These are also things that an entrepreneur shouldn't miss out on, because by collaborating and keeping up with the trends, they might make their business more successful and stay creative or fresh over time.
All right, I think from what we talked about before, you might already understand more about being an entrepreneur. Well, I think that beside the whole meaning of entrepreneur, we also sometimes mixing it up with the meaning of businessman. Are we going to talk about some differences between them?
Definitely. So I personally sometimes mix up the meaning between entrepreneur and businessman. Like, so basically, from my understanding after I do some researches, an entrepreneur is someone who has original idea to establish a new business, while a businessman is someone who established a business with an old or previously existing business idea. Is that right?
Yes, you're right. Well, an entrepreneur is the market leader, while a businessman is the market player. It might sound similar, but it has quite a big difference.
Great. And after that, we will move to the types of entrepreneurs. I recently discovered that there are various types of entrepreneurs. The first is ecopreneur, which someone running an environmentally friendly business. Like they are doing some business while they keep them like the environment friendly. And then the second one is artpreneur. Artpreneur has a similar meaning to artist, with someone innovatively makes and sells their art using their entrepreneur characteristic wisely. The third one is foodpreneur. This is someone who runs a food business that probably has specific target and will last longer than the other kinds of entrepreneurs, like the previous one I have mentioned. And the last but not least is sociopreneurship or sociopreneur. This is when someone not only runs a business to gain their own rewards, but also for good social activities.
Wow, that's actually very interesting. There are some kinds of entrepreneurs and potential employees out there can choose the one that suits their passion. But obviously, there are some challenges that an entrepreneur should face. As such, they will lose some of their quality time for themselves or their surroundings because they should focus on their work. There may also be other potential threats, such as someone harboring it will toward them, stealing their ideas, or even the risk of bankruptcy if they barely manage their business.
Well, I think that being an entrepreneur isn't like an easy job at all. It requires a lot of time, sacrifice, and energy. Like in my opinion, the most important thing is to have a strong passion and the ability to sustain the passion over time. Don't you think so?
Yes, absolutely. I think so. Well, since the time's up already, maybe that's alright for us. Thank you for watching our Not So Tech Show this evening. I hope we can provide you with new insight, especially for any aspiring entrepreneurs out there.
Right. If you want to be an entrepreneur, please keep your passion up and break a leg. So that's all from us. I hope you are enjoying our talk and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you everyone. Thank you, Indri.